what's your price?
That's $1 million, and we come down from there if somebody's really, really serious. You're gonna have to kind of watch your step because this place is rough as a cob.
Frank Brooks.
Frank Brooks.
And we are in North Alabama. I talked to his uncle looking at an old Dodge truck on Marketplace. I said, well, I'm looking for some old cars, you know where I can find some. He said, well, I'm looking at a junkyard right out my window. And he said, this place has been closed since 1979. There are hundreds of cars, and they want to sell everything you see here. All these cars, hundreds of them. Probably from the late 70s is the newest stuff you have,
Right.
and older. I've seen stuff in here from the 40s. But the good stuff's probably in that build. I don't know what's in there, but maybe he'll show us. But he's got a bunch of cars. So the angle here is I don't have enough money to buy all this stuff. But there's somebody out there watching this that might just have it. And what's your price?
I'd say we asked $1 million, and we come down from there if somebody's really, really serious. We would negotiate at that.
$1 million, our best offer.
Car there, like I said, is a Chevrolet. It's about a 51 or 2. I don't know exactly. An old panel wagon.
But that's pretty rare, because that wasn't general public didn't buy that. It's more kind of delivery truck.
Right, it's like full delivery or some kind of deal like that.
You remember what that said on
No,
there?
I don't.
It says Roberts, maybe, Roll.
63 Chevrolet convertible.
Impala convertible.
Yep.
That was a V8.
Yeah, it was a V8. The floor fan's gone. It's hard. Yeah, it's automatic.
Yeah,
It's got one pedal. Six brake pedal. City buses bought from the city of Huntsville for storage. He just loved old cars. Period.
His mom said he'd get home from work and he'd come over here and start working, pulling parts, dragging cars in.
He did love to fool with them, and that was his hobby.
Did he make pretty good money on the side here and there?
Just something to play with. He reinvested a lot of it in some of this junk, but that's an old Nash. All the tunnel bugs because the back comes off. It's just an odd built car.
1957. So if you ever wondered what year you're looking at, you see 55, 56, 57. They put it right there in the center of the grill. That'd be the first time I ever heard that, really. If somebody's going to scrap something out,
This may be stainless and this is aluminum. 58 Pontiac.
looks like it's original paint. Looks like it was gold.
Yeah. He just bought cars from individuals when they brought them by.
Odd fender there.
That 63 Cadillac hearse a man cut down after it was wrecked and made a truck out of it, but his wife wouldn't ride with him. It's got a V8 engine and a straight shift transmission. It's
Straight shift Cadillac.
It's a 3-speed on the column.
Was that a factory?
It's a factory
Cadillac 3-speed on the column. Wow, look at that as a time machine there. Look at that. Wow. I'm saying 65,000 miles. You know, these got the clock in there. Got them little buttons. And that is neat. That is neat. The detail.
I've got a lot of animals to feed. I raise mules. That's my passion.
Some people, you know, they resemble their animals. You got any mule in you?
Some people seem a little bit stubborn.
All right, wait.
59 Oldsmobile station wagon.
Yeah, that's what I would like right there.
Todd's got a lot of dogs. He's got 4 dogs.
4 dogs, yeah.
I should say, station wagons have made a comeback. Used to, you couldn't give them away.
The reason you were talking about selling stuff, people were coming in here stealing stuff.
Right. We've had a problem with people. And that's the reason we don't let people come and look anymore. Because people come through and look, and then next thing you know, you come through and you think, wow, somebody got the taillights out of that car, you know. 43 Ford truck.
43, okay.
Not an Army issue. It was not. The guy owned the delivery service here, and he bought that truck through the government. It's the only way you could buy them. They were all made for the war effort. But he bought it because he had a delivery service and he delivered, you know, essential stuff.
Right.
So he bought that and kept it for years. And then my dad and my uncle bought it, put a wrecker on the back of it and used it for a wrecker here for a while. And then it became just another piece of nostalgia. 58 Bel Air.
Wow. Wow.
Two-door
Bel Air. 58. Yeah, after the 57, 58 didn't sell as well, but
Right. 53 or 4 package slippers. Below. That's one of the north high.
you got an Eldorado over that green two-door Cadillac. That's like Elvis.
I think it's a 56 Eldorado.
Elvis Presley drove one of those, I believe.
It came with a V8 with a 2.4 setup, but my dad sold the motor and the transmission and the carburetor.
You counting, Todd? How many cars we got?
More than a dozen.
Renault Dolphin.
I've never seen one of those.
A Renault Dolphin. It was one of the first rear engine cars in this country.
Look at that.
A Dolphin. This has got to be, somebody out there wants this. Oh, badge on the front. Oh.
Yeah, this is your luggage rack. Luggage compartment. You got the Corvairs, which is also rear engine cars. Ralph Nader killed them.
Yeah. What do you say? Unsafe at any speed.
And not safe at any.
Forza, you know, they had twin carburetors, they had some fancy ones.
Oh yeah, the little Spider was a flying new car.
Now, what did you drive in high school? Your dad had all these cars.
1950 model Studebaker truck.
That was it, okay.
Yep.
What color was it?
Green.
Green. You don't still have it, do you?
Down at the old place.
Still got it, wow. That's great.
Another 55, it's about.
Why do you think people hold on to cars so long?
Well, my dad loved them. And he loved fooling with them, tinkering with them constantly. And then, like I said, after he passed away, my mom couldn't bear to part with them because they were his hobby, his other life. And so she didn't want to get rid of them for quite a while, but now she's ready to part.
Convertible, that's I've never seen one of those either. Opal Cadet. Oh, there you go. There you go. 6 shift, a 4-speed, 97, 87, 661. That's a little car in here. Neat to have that back window.
I think that's an AMC Hornet.
Yeah, that's a Hornet right there, SST.
It's an old Thunderbird, the last of the big birds, I guess. An old Cadillac, 52 or 3 model. I think it's a 52 model Cadillac, something over there. Another Hornet. Oh, it might be a Gremlin, I can't tell. Whatever was needed out of them, we took it out, but we didn't take them out and store them up. I think it's a Dodge, but I'm not sure. So I can't remember right off, but I think it's a Dodge.
That's good doors.
Yeah. There's a lot going on these cars, but there's a lot of good parts still left. Trim pieces, door pieces, things that if you're restoring or whatever that you'd love to have.
So if somebody made you the $1 million best offer, how long would they have to get all the cars out here? Would you give them, what kind of window?
Well, that's the thing that we've discussed. We didn't want to let people work out of here, but we'd give them a decent amount of time to remove them. We just don't want them having people in here picking and doing.
Selling a business,
right?
Operating.
That's right. It's not an operating business. This is stuff that's got to be moved. Talked about maybe a 6-month period window, but that would be. We worked that out with anybody that was willing to buy it at the right price, and the main thing is we just didn't want them to come in and open it up and operate it like a business from here.
Right.
Where they carry it from here is up to them. We would be flexible on how much time they have to get it out of here, because I have no idea. And I, you know, I realize there's a lot of obstacles. All these trees have grown up over the years. Yeah. And it's going to take some time. You can't come in and just scoop them up, because you want to try to preserve them as best you can. And we just have to work that out with.
Like a rocket ship right here.
I think that's an old straight-eight Cadillac there. You know, it's not. It's a flathead 8. Yeah, flathead V8. That's what the moonshiners ran in their cars when they first started those on Fords. They run those big flathead V8 Cadillac engines. Most of theirs came out of Hearses or Hamlets. That's what they run. Probably one of the latest.
Deeper down in there. Right. The older stuff closer to the building.
You got a lot of it. It's just wherever it had a spot to put it. For Fairlane, 65 model, 65 and a half. Whatever you call it. Hudson Jet. Super Jet. It had the split manifold with the two barrel carburetors or something. I don't remember. I sold the manifold off of it to a guy in Wisconsin. I priced it to him, and we came down, and it had a crack in it. I told him, I said, no, I'm not going to sell it to you. It's cracked. And he said, I'll take it cracked. I had to go to something you can't find. I can get that fixed. Horse and jet. It had the twin carburetors on it from the factory. I don't think that is.
What year is it again?
I think it's in the 50s, early 50s, one or two. It come from John Penny Motors in Decatur.
A local car.
I now drive Mules with John Penny's son. He rides in our group with Mules and Wagons.
You never know what you find in Alabama. Mule trader out here's a bunch of old cars.
There's 3 or 4 now. He did took these 57 Chevy. 57 Chevys. All four-door cars. They're all 4-door cars, and there's a 56 over there. That's an old Chevy too.
You had a couple of them by the building, 2-door.
Yeah, there's some 2-door. 66, 67. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm good at estimates. Biscayne, the Post, 64 model.
Biscayne.
Yeah.
Bunch of old trucks, and there's a truck that kind of wound, the old trucks, big trucks wound up down here in this corner kind of. You got everything. That's an old Ford. Well, that's what became the GMC. It was a General Motors Corporation that had it down the side of the hood. The hood's gone. I don't know if it may be here somewhere. Those trucks, those pickups didn't have running boards. They were the first truck to come out like this one up here. It's a 3/4 ton, but first truck to come out without running boards on the bed.
Really?
65 or 6.
You got any interesting stories about how any of these cars ended up here? Like,
Well, yeah, I had a 64. When I was a senior in high school, I had a 64 Malibu SS, nice car. I wrecked it, hit a tree with it. Daddy bought this one. I took the front clip off, and that's where the front end went off of this car. It was on the 64 SS that I had.
wow.
So this one's been here a long time. That was in '72. It came in as a parts donor for the front end for my SS car.
1972, I was 1 year old.
That's the year I was born, so you're a little bit older than us.
Bel Air. 16. Oh, 6 on this. That's a 62. No. Jeeps and VWs was something that wasn't real popular around this part of the country at that time.
The semaphores on the side. I don't know if we got it on this side. It's supposed to be like a little thing that comes out.
Oh yeah, the little turn signal thing
yeah,
comes
turn
out.
signals on the side.
Yeah,
You tell it's an older one.
right. Got the little park lights, the small park lights. Nova wagon. On these big Chevrolets, I ain't real keen on the model years on them.
Dodge brought us sheet metal.
Car here was an Army car on Redstone Arsenal back in the 70s when the tornado came through and tore up Redstone Arsenal so bad. We bought several of these cars at auction. This was one of the ones that was totaled out in that tornado. We used the motor for something, I don't know, but that's about all that was left usable on it.
It was probably low miles when it happened.
I would say it was, yeah. Done a number on a bunch of stuff.
Will the neighbors ever complain?
No. Look, this has been here as long as most of the neighbors. Most of the neighbors moved here knowing this was already here. That's a Buick Century, I don't know what model, 52.
It's a V8 because we got the 4 holes on the side.
Yeah.
Bet it's not a 2-door convertible.
Yeah.
We had a 2-door convertible, but it was in really bad shape. And several years ago, there's a guy came out of Georgia and bought it. And they almost had to scoop it up, put it on the trailer. And my mama asked him, said, "What are you going to do with that?" He said, "I'm going to restore it." She said, "You'll never make that." He said, "I'll be back one of these days in it and take you for a ride." Never been back, but that's what he told me. It was an old convertible V8 car.
I don't want to give up
A little Buick Special.
Yep. I bet that's a low mile one owner there.
The same. That's the same body style as the Pontiac Tempest and the Oldsmobile F85. They all look almost exactly alike, except for the badge.
That thing's hot.
Yeah.
It's still got the motor in it, but it's
Let's fix these gauges real quick.
but it's a big. This is the reason. This is the reason these cars are so fast.
The engine up there.
Big wide block. Six-cylinder, 3-speed on the side.
Anybody famous come by?
Not that I know of. If they did, they didn't tell us. Yeah, Thunderbird. Paint with a black top. You know that had to be a popular color.
Old bucket seats. Yeah, the back seats like a bucket seats too.
Yeah, Thunderbird shot themselves in the foot when they went to four seats. The 55, 67 was the most popular ever. And they would have been a contender with the Corvette if they had kept them at 2 seats and kept them in the sports car thing, but they just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Look at the giant wagon over there. That's a Wrangler.
I guess.
Wrangler wagon. Wow. That vine growing over it. That's the mess. You got all these trees. How many trees are plain cars?
Those are 66 Nova. 2-door.
This is like a junkyard truck. Home built. Don't see that every day.
You know what the Wankel engine was?
Rotary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
They didn't hold up. I guess this is the 64 3-4 Nova. One here, there's 3 or 4 of them here. Some of them 2-door hardtop, some of them 4-door. From the 59 to that, and then
Said it's a 60 model.
60 model Ford. And they didn't make another year model that looked anything like it. They did, however, make a 60 model Edson.
Bumper for 3-piece. California had the 1-piece bumpers everybody liked. 57 bumpers.
Oh yeah.
Monte Carlo, I believe, right there. '70 Camaro right here. This is it. Couldn't read the year on there. Let's see if it. This is the trim ring. It had these special wheels, and these little trim rings went on the outside edge. They look like 5-spoke, almost like torque thrust wheels, and this was the trim ring. I think it's 1 year only wheel. These are 1 year only seats. These seats probably worth $400, like they are in that condition. We got the VIN on here. Can't read good, but we'll take a picture of it for later. I got the rear end, probably had a 12-bolt.
Opel Cadet. Another little Opel Cadet. About a 50 Land Cruiser Studebaker.
Toyota had the Land Cruiser. I guess
But this is in the late 40s, early 50s.
Look at that. Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser. Take that, Toyota.
It had the old bullet nose front end. Guy up the road had one 2-door. He put an airplane prop on this thing. So when you go down the road, the wind would make it turn. It's pretty cool. But
yeah.
It's probably
pine tree option.
Yeah, this has got some.
You probably done the math. How much you talking about scrap if you were to scrap it out? Somebody probably bring a crusher and do a mobile. They just come out here.
Yeah. That's what we would like to avoid. Yeah. It's because you don't really want to see them go to the truck because they meant so much to Daddy. You also don't want to see them just sitting.
So you need me to move up here.
This is Bill Penny when it was a Rambler baby.
330 Rambler.
There's one of the more sporty two-door models. That's a 58 post top. 6-zone. Five Oldsmobile 2-door.
Rain job.
He worked on Redstone Arsenal in a steam plant. He started out as a mechanic, a boiler mechanic, and then worked his way up over 60 years.
What year did he pass away?
Been dead 8 years. Okay. Suburban Plymouth. The Alabama climate is not conducive to storing these things outside a long time because they just kind of.
Right, people think we're dry down here. No salt on the road.
Right. Well, the salt's not so much the issue as it is the humidity and stuff. But this was a pretty neat vehicle because the spare tire went right in here.
Oh,
it had like a fender skirt that came off, and your spare tire fit on a holder right there.
That's good. That's interesting.
That's a pretty unique deal there, I think. These cars had third row seating before there was any. They raised up and made a seat in the back so you could let them down.
There's so much room in there.
Down and made like one big bed.
Oh wow!
The seats laid all the way back. Some people got the big grandparents in the car. I drove a lot of them that way. He drove that one all the way from Birmingham. What's that? I don't know what model it is. It's an old English car. Wow. I don't know what model it is.
Just a lick on the front there.
Yeah.
You ever hit something?
Well, we might have done that pushing through here to get to something else. I don't know how that happened exactly. I don't remember how it got here or what was wrong with it.
Big block. A whole like 200 foot high. Yeah, these two I need to get these out of the way for you.
Yeah.
Those are the two I put my name on there.
There's a 66.
One of the
Like I said, my brother he was a big time 66, 67 Nova. There's an old 66.
What happened to him?
He passed away.
Okay.
He had 18 years ago. He had pancreatic cancer.
That white convertible up there.
That little one.
Yeah, a little white.
It's a Valiant. 3 boys here local. Their daddy bought it, restored it. They was on their way home from school one day and flipped it about 4 times down the road. Luckily, there's 4 of them in it. Nobody got hurt bad. They got bent up a little bit, but they ruined the car. It's in this Valiant. It was a cool car, red and white, pretty.
I bet they all remember that wreck. If they're still
Well,
alive.
Let's see, 2 of them or 3 of them are dead from other things. One of them was a principal. One of them grew up to be a principal. One of them grew up to be a preacher. And I don't know what the other one was.
Try to sit them on the straight and narrow. That
Right now, it's done a number on it when they flipped it over. Like I said, being a convertible, you wouldn't have thought that, you know, I'd have thought probably they got killed in it. Someone said he ran off the road, and when he jerked it back on the road, you know, it did this. Side over side road. I don't know. I didn't see the wreck. That's a 57 4-door hardtop.
well, it's got the trim, a Bel Air
It's a
trim.
Bel Air.
on it.
It's a
Got
Bel
Bel
Air.
Air.
Yeah. It's a Bel Air. It was a pretty fancy car. Another one of them deals where it was a parts car for one that I had, and that was a long time ago. That's what I drove most of the time. You asked me earlier what I drove. Whatever I could pick up out of this junkyard is what I drove during school times and stuff. And maybe the reason I never cared much for this stuff. I had to work. I had to work to ride.
You had to work.
There's another one of them. What's the Belvedere? What's the Belvedere? Fins on it and stuff. Maybe gonna be able to get through that way. Let's go around from you. This thing. People and goats have been in here and
Yeah, I
figured this stuff all.
make somebody's garage. That's the money right there.
Some Buick Special, Buick Special, I think, or maybe Buick Skylark folks got hanging up there.
You had all these old bottles down here.
Yeah.
Where was it? I can't remember what it said. He collects bottles. I think it was just right here.
Virginia Dairy.
Virginia Dairy. He said, I wonder if they'd sell that bottle to me. And I said, well, you know, you can take it over there and ask her. And just put it right back down. That's it. Virginia Dare.
Yeah.
You want to sell it?
Sundrop Bottling Company.
How about that? They're stuck in the side of the bus.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them right in there. I don't know what's in there now, and I'm not going to get in there to find out. I tell you what, you put all this stuff on the thing, I'll let you have that. How about that?
All right.
I have no idea what it's worth. It might be worth 15 cents. It might be worth $15. I ain't got a clue. That's the truck that wound up being our record for a long time on International 4-wheel drive. We put duals on the back of it. That's the Ernest Holmes record. Early Ernest Holmes record. I can't remember. It used to have a badge up there. This came from R.L. Ziegler's in Bessemer, Alabama originally. Yeah, manufactured by Ernest Holmes, Chattanooga. Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old one for sure. All that old gears.
Yeah, all these old record yards always had cool old haulers to move stuff around.
This thing here would do a pretty good job. This was a record that was on that old truck around front, the old 40-something Ford. If the fire takeoff didn't work, you could always go this way.
That's some work there. Some work.
That thing is
It's a 65 Impala behind
65 Impala, the trees are running. It was a straight old body when it was parked there. It's just the trees have grown up against it. Last week and looked around, and I told them up front, I said, look, we're not interested in cherry picking or just picking out certain things. We want to sell the whole thing. And they said, oh yeah. Well, then they came up here and they wanted a fender well out of this 63 convertible, and they wanted this and they wanted that. I said, no, I told you. I hate you drove all the way up here, but this is the deal. It's all or none. And we may have to change that eventually, but right now that's the way we're going, is all or none. The most famous one of them's got a truck, it looks like a truck cab on it, of this era. Okay. And they said you could use it in the field Monday through Friday, drive it to town on Saturday, and go to church on Sunday. But it didn't catch on. People wouldn't hear a lot about it. Some of my mules, yeah.
How many you got total?
About 30.
30 mules.
Well, no, about 30 mules and horses.
My dad's got a whole Borax, mule team. He got when he was a kid.
20 mule teams. Yeah. I had one. I played with mine, and it's gone. But you could order them. You take so many box tops off the Borax washing powders and send in with $5, $2, whatever. And they sent you the little replica of the 20 mule team that they showed on TV all the time. Well, my mom and dad got that for me for Christmas one year, and I was tickled to death.
See this side of it. That's it. Black. I think that's it.
It's a Buick. It's a Buick.
For 77. It's a special too. It's a special. This is the lower end. Mine had a 231 E6. I like this strip special on the side. And the nose had a little slope to it.
Well, I knew it was special because somebody invested in some stainless steel mud flaps back here. you don't just
white interior.
You just don't put them stainless steel mud flaps on anything. They got to be special. wasn't sure, but I saw most of them in that kind of arrows in this area. When you sell all this, you're going to sell the ones that are your place too. It's all your whole deal. The only way you can make a living being a farmer is to be big enough that you can qualify for all them government subsidies. Mom and pop farms are about all gone. A lot of hobby farms like this, where we just have stuff we like to do. And he bought these white Ford trucks when they would come off the lease. I told him, why don't you just buy you a new truck? He said, I can buy 3 of these, 2 of these, or 3 of these for what a new one costs, and they're just as good.
Yeah, Buick figured out the 6-cylinder before anybody else.
Yeah.
How to make it good.
Right. 46 or 7. Style now.
Chevy, yep.
These are 78. 79 had square headlights. So this is the 78, the ones with the grill like this. The front one is about a 73 or 74 on it.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Scirocco. Combo. Sunroof. It's like a 71 too, somewhere early.
The early 70s all I know. I'm not a Cadillac.
Have to have a big garage for that one.
Don't take all of it. You got all your room. Plymouth Fury. What's that thing got in it? The old
I think they had 318. LTD Ford. The 79 Thunderbird. Now I got a story about it.
Okay.
I bought it brand new at Woody Anderson Ford in Huntsville in 1979. I drove it. The motor went out. And they had just changed from 50,000 mile or 5-year warranties. The government said that wasn't right, and they made them go to 12 months or 12,000 miles. After the warranty went out, the transmission went out twice. The motor went out. It was just a piece of. It was an expensive car. It had all the money, 8-track tape deck, the whole 9 yards, did everything. Anyway, I was married at the time. I bought an 83 Bronco, 84 Bronco. And she asked me, said, what are you going to do with that car? I said, I'm going to park it out there in the yard. She said, for what? I said, so I can pee on it every morning. It ain't worth nothing. I wouldn't want to never sell it to somebody that have to be hung with it like I would. Oh, man. Those 351 Cleveland was a pretty good motor. But it went out. I must have been made on Friday. That's what they told me. It must have been built on Friday.
That's a pretty neat little house you got here.
Oh, that's where I was right there. That's the old Studebaker.
Wow.
I drove back and forth to school.
Wow, man, I love that. Man, that's a good picture right there.
And some idiots came here, broke all the windows out of these 46 and 7 Chevrolets. All the windows, headlights, tail lights, and everything out of this Studebaker.
That's a photo there. You and your.
They did all that. I have no idea. I mean, it didn't accomplish anything for them. It's just one of them things. That was my dad put that thing on there. I don't even know where he got it. But I asked him, I said, what is that? And he said, that's a cow kicker. I put that on there. So that's the predecessor of the rank 10 bumpers on these trucks now, I guess.
Got the Cadillac hubcap on the front.
Yeah. I've got a set of Eldorado.
Well, you ain't got to, don't bend it. You're good. You got a V8 in there.
Yeah, we put a V8 in. It didn't come. It come with a little 6-cylinder about like that.
Wow.
But we put that 289 Studebaker V8 in it. Had a 3-speed with overdrive. It had an aftermarket heater. They didn't come with heaters and defrosters. My dad put an aftermarket heater in there, just mounted on run water hoses to it, you know. So
The big old pedals under there.
It'd run you out of there. Yeah.
How many years did you drive it? Just high school?
I drove it more than anything else. I drove it to the regular.
This the original engine in the back?
I don't think that's a Studebaker. No. The Studebaker that came out of here was a little flathead 6. Had the flat head on top,
Okay.
valves in the block. I don't know what that is. I'm just ready to guess. I'm just ready
But
to
that's
guess.
your house you grew up in right
Yeah.
there. Wow.
There's still a lot of metal in these trucks. There's probably,
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's probably more metal in that than is that 401 ton truck that I drive. After all of it just, pretty much rotted away. But. It's a hybrid between the donkey and the horse. The mama's a... Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Their mother's a horse and their daddy's a jackass.
Right.
That's who Todd rode up here with.
The Mules there hadn't done anything with them in a while. Normally they'll come up just a pet on. It might be a Pontiac. Nope, it's a Chevy.
Yeah, Pontiac probably that waterfall grill.
Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy. Chevy. Yeah, Pontiac like put that waterfall on there.
Pontiac put a lot of dress up on their hoods and put a lot of stuff down here too, but that says it's a Chevrolet, so I'm gonna take it as it is.
My dad said nobody liked these cars when he was coming up. They called turtleback. He said, "Oh, them ain't worth nothing." I was like, "Well, that's cool looking." I thought.
Well, everybody's got their own opinion of what's cool.
Right.
These old cars here, the reason they didn't like them is because they're four-doors. Now here's one, a 46, I think. 47. Right there. And it's a faster than there's one. Now those cars people like, and they're the same car, just a two-door
Like a-
version instead of a four-door.
Like a 40 model, what, 30?
46,
40
47, 48, 47, 48, I think.
And your mom, that's where she was at.
That's where she raised us kids.
Y'all stayed out of trouble back here in the woods?
Far as you want to go. You can get into any kind of trouble you wanted to. We thought we was in another world, basically.
Well, you still are in another world up here compared to where I live. This is peaceful. This is some
64, two-door. Somebody stole the door off.
golly, wow. That's a beautiful car right there. My dad, that's what he got when he got married at 64. Impala. He wanted a 409 is what he wanted, but they were a little bit more money.
409.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a hot one.
that's a bad boy every day. This one's a Biscayne, I think. The Biscayne or Bel Air. No, it's
The Bel Air, it's a
a
Bel Air.
I thought it was a Biscayne. This is Impala. This one is a V8 car, but it's a prototype car. I guess the Biscayne would have been a 16, wouldn't it?
It probably was, unless somebody special ordered it. It was probably the cheap.
Yeah,
cheap
this one's got a V8 in it.
But that gold color, somebody was saying that was like an anniversary. We found one, buddy of mine, we pulled out of the woods, and somebody said it was some rare car. I don't know if that, maybe might, but.
The Studebaker, that's an early 60s model.
I think I got that fancy hood on. That's just a regular Maverick hood.
It had stole the hood off of it, carried it right down in the woods and took the hood scoop off of it. And
So was it a grabber?
it did. It's a Comet.
This is a Comet. All right.
I'm pretty sure it's a Comet.
Yep, Comet GT. So it had the.
See, it had the grabber type hood on this.
Mm.
The only thing I know here that wouldn't be involved in the sale.
There's a gremlin there.
Yeah, that was my brother's gremlin. Where's it at?
The yellow over there.
He pulled out in front of the car in Huntsville and they broadsided him. It came here from that.
That's the same color interior as the one over there.
Yeah. I think that tan color was a pretty popular color inside of them.
Stick shift.
Yeah, it was a little floor.
Take a lick. Take a lick.
He ended it up.
He went flying. Like 1970s, and they got some old toys, Fisher Price, 70s stuff in there.
Yeah.
This got the stickers on the side, like that flag. I don't remember seeing that on. I wonder if that meant it was special edition or something.
I don't know much about these things. Only thing I know is if you find one that still has the front suspended, I'd be surprised. Because they had a 4-bolt-on spindle. You could unbolt them, take a piece of pipe and weld 2 plates on it and make you a trailer that quick. Everybody in the country. As soon as a Rambler or later on AMCs that had those types, as soon as they hit the yard, people strip them things off. Make trailers out of them. They were pretty neat. 55 Studebaker. Come in this world as a 6-cylinder. We put a V8 in it. Drove it to school, one thing and another. That's been gone. Headlight bezel has been gone. This little Corvette I drove for a while, but it had aluminum head on it and the spark plugs would pop out of it. When somebody had cross-threaded it.
Yeah, that's 49 to 51 Ford. I'm not sure
Yeah,
the
it's in the late 40, early 50. I don't know which.
It's a shoebox. Shoebox, 2-door. Man, they must have made a bunch of these because you'll see them.
Well, it was probably the most common. I mean, if you bought a Ford in that era,
That's what you got.
It wouldn't like now. You got 5, 6 different styles to choose from. It's either a 2-door or 4-door. And the business coupe. The business coupe had just barely passed the back door and it dropped off. They were pretty neat.
What's the red and white?
Studebaker.
Studebaker Commander.
Commander.
These things don't.
No.
They just hungry. They don't come over here and step on my foot.
They didn't know.
Hey, buddy.
They don't want to keep close enough stuff on. Convertible. The back window goes up and down.
That is wild. That is wild. Wow. Look at that steering wheel. Man, that's.
I guess this was the predecessor to the 442. It had vintage seats, console, whole 9 yards. This was Oldsmobile's car at the time.
Yep.
Young people car. But young
Starfire.
people didn't take to the Oldsmobile real good in that thing.
Yeah, that big piece of trim, man. That's flashy. It's fixed up.
Yeah, it's still got the old bucket seats and the console in it. Floor shift.
Studebaker.
Clock in the front of the console. Okay. I guess that's a noticeable bit.
Yeah, was that a vacuum gauge? Yeah, I guess is that a tack?
I don't know.
Might be a tack.
It may be a tack, I think.
Yeah, I think it is a tack.
When it gets past a certain point, my glasses won't tell me a lot. I'm not sure. I think that's a Studebaker. I'm not even 100% sure, but I believe it. 55 President Studebaker.
You got quite a collection of Studebakers.
My daddy was a president. That was their flagship right there. That was their real deal. It probably is not.
Yeah, kind of seized up. Well, I just seen how it operated. Like, did you push it or
Twist it.
just twisted it? Thanks. Got a couple of engine stuff in there. Yeah, got a block, got a head, transmission. Yeah, torque converter.
Stick them on the Studebaker truck bed.
There's the side, yeah. So you need that for parts for your truck. You ever?
That truck goes too.
Oh, you can't sell the truck. That's yours.
Silver Hawk.
Yeah.
The Golden Hawk was the one that had the turbocharged engine.
Had the swivel front seat. Yeah.
The Silver Hawk was one notch below the Golden Hawk.
What's this called? What was that thing? A Trabant or what is that? No, what's it called? What's the thing? Those small. My dad drive. He drove something like this. Simca.
It's a Simca.
Simca, that's it. Yeah, he drove it. He worked at IBM. He got a job.
I had one that was, I was going to trade school taking auto body paint and repair because I thought at that time I might do this serious. But anyway, I was going to Calhoun and I bought one that was real pristine, and the guy had wrecked this one and couldn't find parts. I bought this one, they was using it for like a dune buggy type thing, you know, they made a cut down out of it, cut the front end off of it. And I bought this, took the motor out, and put in the other, and drove it back to Calhoun, which is on the other side of the Decatur, for a pretty good while. And oh boy, that's when the gas embargo, oil embargo first came in.
Okay.
And there was a guy kept on, every rear engine problem. He kept on wanting to buy it, and he finally traded me another car, and I don't know, he did some trading. And he didn't have it a week, he flipped it.
Oh.
Tore it off in pieces. That's the luck of the draw.
Lucky to get out of that thing. Man, that's not much to it.
But now they were economical, but they weren't real. I guess for driving in town and stuff, they were all right. But living up here on this mountain, you need something. When you hit the mountain, it starts up as well, and you need something to
Is this factory? Somebody did these seat covers, right? Leopard skin seat covers.
pattern or whatever you call them, I don't know. But I'd say that they are not factory, but I don't know.
So you just gonna do animals till you can't do them no more?
That's just safety. I figure I got another 20 years.
Yeah, you got 20 more years. Your family, your mom, 92's still going strong.
Yeah. Her mother was 96 when she passed away. So
That's good.
she's got longevity on some of her family, on her side of the family.
What's her secret? She just eats a good breakfast every day, or?
Read the Bible and pray. I ain't gonna say eat right because she don't. I'm gonna put that on and on.
So it's pretty amazing. The place closed, let's say 79 for
Right.
real, 40 plus years, just sitting there.
Yep, it's just been sitting there.
It's like a time capsule of a junkyard.
Yeah.
Somebody made a legitimate bid or offer, and all we'd work out a time frame with them where they, you know, and might even say, okay, this is another thing we talk about, like saying, okay, you got 6 months to remove them from the premises. Then say, okay, for every month over, you pay me X number amount, like rent or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be an
That
incentive
way-
to get it.
That way, that'd give them an incentive to get it out in time. But if they didn't, they wouldn't think, oh, I got to get this stuff. Don't matter, just load it and get, because
Right.
they take their time and get what they wanted like they wanted it. That's the only thing I know is the time element. We just have to work that out. I don't have.
Tell us about your small town find. Thanks for watching Junkyard Life, the story beneath the rust.